Think positive.
Welcome, or welcome back, to the Ghoul Ambrose podcast. G.A. for short. I'm your host, Prince. This is a space for inner work, self-improvement, self-discovery, mindset, accountability, integrity, reflection, and personal development. This podcast is built for growth, for honesty, and for becoming a better version of yourself, one day at a time. New episodes drop every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Today's episode is called Anger Takes Over. The weight of being frustrated and angry is like no other. I found myself in it, and it didn't feel like myself, and I couldn't shake it. You can't go start something in that mode. The force behind it is truly rage. It wants to stay. Feelings have influence. Nobody really argues that. A single emotion can change the direction of an entire day. Good news can lift your spirit. Disappointment can drain your energy. Encouragement can push you forward. Discouragement can make you want to stop. That's the reality of being human. We're affected by what we feel. Most emotions come and go without much resistance. They arrive, make their presence known, and eventually move on. Not all of them work that way. Every now and then, something lingers. A feeling stays in the background longer than expected. Thoughts begin circling around it. Moments replay themselves. Without realizing it, attention keeps feeding the very thing that should have been fading. Yeah, fading. Some emotions are easier to let go of than others. A moment passes, yet the feeling connected to it remains. Days go by. Life continues moving. Responsibilities still need attention. Conversations still happen, but something feels unsettled beneath the surface. The original situation may be over. The emotional response isn't. You know exactly what that's like, right? Trying to move forward while carrying something that refuses to loosen its grip. Trying to focus while a feeling keeps demanding attention. To be present while part of your mind remains attached to the past. That's when influence starts becoming control. Because whatever occupies enough space in the mind eventually begins affecting how life is experienced. Out of all the emotions a person can experience, anger has always stood out to me. Not because it's uncommon, not because it's unique, because of how easily it grows. Rarely does anger begin at its strongest point. Most of the time, it starts much smaller. Frustration, irritation, disappointment, a sense of being wronged. Left alone, those things begin to build. Eventually, what seemed small becomes difficult to ignore. Patience gets shorter. Understanding becomes harder. Minor inconveniences suddenly feel significant. The emotional weight keeps increasing. That's what makes anger different. Give it enough time and it starts demanding more space. The part that stands out the most is that it wants to stay. At some point, all you're trying to do is get out of that mindset. You're trying to shift your attention elsewhere, trying to put your energy elsewhere. For a while, it seems like you're making progress. The weight isn't as heavy. The thoughts aren't showing up as often. Then somehow, it finds its way back. Not necessarily because you went looking for it. It's just there again. The same frustration, the same feeling, the same weight. Eventually, though, you do get out of it. Your mind becomes clearer. You feel more like yourself again. Then you look back on that period of time, not with anger, just with perspective. And what stands out isn't what caused it. It's how difficult it was to shake, how often it pulled back your attention. That's when you realize something. It wanted to stay. And so, okay, there comes a point where you have to make a decision. Keep feeding it or confront it. Keep carrying it or release it. Neither option is easy. One requires honesty, the other requires surrender. Both require effort. Only one leads toward freedom. Holding on to anger often feels justified. There are valid reasons for it. Real hurt exists behind it, as well as real disappointment. Acknowledging that pain is important. Allowing it to control your life is something different. Moving forward becomes more important than remaining stuck. The weight of being frustrated and angry is like no other. I've found myself there before. Many others have too. What makes anger dangerous isn't simply that it exists. Every person experiences anger. The danger appears when it remains unchecked. Given enough room, it grows. Enough attention, it strengthens. Enough time, it becomes familiar. And once something becomes familiar, it's easy to stop recognizing what it's doing. That's why anger deserves attention. Not because it showed up, because it wants to stay. And if allowed to remain long enough, anger doesn't simply stay. It takes over. I hope you found something worth taking with you today. Maybe a new perspective, maybe a moment to pause and reflect. Thank you for being here and sharing this space with me. Your presence matters. If this resonated with you, share it with someone you care about, because growth spreads through connection. I'll see you next time. Take care of yourself. Stay grounded. And as always, be safe.